Ready to get started making a difference in the lives of the people and dogs of Maricopa County? Let's go. Let's take an overview look at the volunteer program pathway. After submitting an application and being accepted, the next step is what you're doing today, online volunteer orientation. So, you're already on your way. Hooray! The email you were sent containing this program also contains 2 other links to videos, quizzes, all online and can be done from the comfort of your home. These videos will provide useful information on how dogs behave in a shelter environment. This email also includes the steps you will follow to submit a required public records background check. Once it clears, you'll have to go downtown to get your badge. This gets you access to the shelter. We also require all volunteers finish the Fear-Free Shelter program before starting their shelter champion duties. Once the videos and quizzes have been completed, you will sign up for a shelter sidekick shift. This shift is done with one of our volunteer trainers. They will give you an in-depth tour of the facility, explain shelter operations, and teach you how to do our shelter apprentice duties, laundry dishes, canine caregiver, and in-kennel enrichment. Once you have completed your 4 hours in each of the 3 shelter apprentice duties and the Fear-Free Shelter program, volunteers will be able to select a track and become a shelter champion. This is where many volunteers choose dog walking, but there are many options. After you've donated 250 hours to the shelter, volunteers can choose to become a shelter mentor. Let's take a closer look at this pathway. After completing your sidekick shift, you are now a shelter apprentice. As a shelter apprentice, you must complete 4 hours in each category: laundry or dishes, canine caregiver, and in-kennel enrichment, for a total of 12 hours. You must also take the time during this stage of your journey to complete the Fear-Free Shelter program. The Fear-Free program is an online course that can be done from anywhere and broken up into multiple sections and sittings. Once both your hours and Fear-Free training are complete, you will meet with a member of the volunteer engagement team to discuss and select a shelter champion track. Once you pick a track or tracks, you are able to stay as a shelter champion for as long as you'd like. There is no hour restriction. This is where the 8 hours per month requirement comes into play. Our shelter tracks include shelter medicine, helping with surgical prep, administering treatments, and helping clean around the clinic. Kennels covers the foundational needs of our dogs, including laundry and dishes, kennel cleaning, and enrichment prep and delivery. Dog walking, the most popular track in which volunteers are trained to walk the dogs in our care and help spot clean kennels so each dog on a walk returns to a clean kennel. Data entry, most popular in the summer heat, includes writing pet bios to help potential adopters learn more about the dogs, taking new pet photos, filing, and printing kennel cards. Ambassador 1 is the prerequisite to Ambassador 2, which includes door greeter and customer experience, ensuring that customers' questions are answered and they enjoy their time at the shelter. And driver helps transport the dogs to off-site adoption events between our 2 shelters and to our rescue partners. This track requires additional Maricopa County driving training. You are able to select more than one track, but you must submit hours in each track each month. For example, if you chose kennels and dog walking, you'd have to put in 1 hour in kennels and 7 hours in dog walking. Once you reach 250 hours, you can choose to apply to become a shelter mentor. A shelter mentor is a subject expert in a specific track or multiple tracks. They are able to field questions from other volunteers. After becoming a shelter mentor, you would then be able to select a track if you so desire. The shelter mentor tracks include the trainer track and the Ambassador 2 track. The trainer track allows volunteers the opportunity to train other volunteers. These volunteers are subject matter experts in an area of the shelter. They've spent over 100 hours there. They have been approved to train in a specific area of the shelter. The Ambassador 2 track comes with the prerequisite of the Ambassador 1 track from the Shelter Champion stage, and dog walking and kennels. These volunteers are not trainers, but are able to assist with meet and greets and help with adoptions. They have completed 100 hours in both dog walking and kennel tracks and 50 hours in Ambassador 1. They also receive additional training to be successful in meet and greets and adoption counseling. We recognize that this was a lot of information, and often the shelter can be confusing. The world of animal welfare changes so quickly that we do our best to keep you as up to date as possible. There are multiple volunteer resources where you can find information, ask questions, and get updates on shelter operations. The volunteer portal is where you can sign up for shifts, clock in and out to track your hours, and find important information and links to other resources. Our online training refresher videos are useful if you forget how to do a specific task at the shelter. The weekly newsletter shares operational updates and procedure reminders, and our volunteer resource page will have needed forms, how-to guides, and past newsletters. If you've checked all of these areas and still can't find an answer to your questions, always feel free to reach out to the volunteer engagement team for the most accurate and up-to-date information. So, what do you need to do next? First, complete the online training quizzes. Then, if you haven't already, fill out your public records background check. Once you've been given the all clear, you'll sign up for your badge appointment downtown at Maricopa County's Administration Building in 301 West Jefferson Street. With your badge in hand, you'll sign up for your sidekick shift. Your sidekick trainer will help you get integrated into the shelter, and you'll be all set to start volunteering on site. Complete your fear-free training program before selecting a shelter track as a shelter champion. Set up a check-in meeting with the volunteer engagement team. We want to introduce ourselves, get to know you, and help you select your shelter track. Share your experience with your friends and social media networks. Tell them how amazing MCACC is and get them to volunteer too. Or donate or adopt a dog. Finally, let us know about your experience. How can we make volunteering at the shelter even better? Thank you for listening. We appreciate the time you've taken to help support the dogs and people of Maricopa County. If you have any questions or feedback, please feel free to call or email us. Thank you, and we look forward to seeing you around.